coach, you have a parent who understands a kid can play, a kid or your player telling you that he's okay, and a trainer telling you that he probably shouldn't go back out, but it's your call. What do you do as a coach? And today, these are the issues faced by many coaches with the issue of concussions. Personal experience from myself, it's not involved with the game of hockey, but having a concussion. My freshman year of college baseball, when we were throwing indoor bullpens, I took a line drive off the back of the head and knocked me out and gave me a major concussion. And since then, I've looked at the effects of concussions and later in life, what they can do to you. They've been linked to many headaches, dizziness, depression even, if they're very major. And just from a personal experience, they're very tough to deal with because you have to sit in a dark room, you can't go on your TV, it's hard to read books, it's hard to do many of the things that you do with your everyday life. And being athletic and liking to play lots of sports in high school and college, that was tough for me to just sit in my room all day and not be able to do anything. So for many athletes, that would be a major reason why they don't want to admit that they may have a concussion or may not have a concussion. Today, from a young age, kids are involved in body contact in hockey, and as a result, that can lead to many issues around concussions. According to Hockey Canada, concussions are impact of the brain with the inside of the skull that results in a brain injury. Trainers today have many issues around concussions because of the fact that they don't know if a kid may have a concussion or not because they have to ask the player how they feel. And many players do not want to quit playing a game because that's just the nature of most athletes. According to ParentsFirst.com, 5 of every 1,000 hockey players in every age group will end up with a concussion sometime in their life. It's a big issue because second impact syndrome is a thing that is getting more and more known, and that's when a player goes out with a concussion or without being fully healed from a concussion that results in a very serious brain injury that can result in paralyzation or death. The cause of this problem is that coaches are unaware. Coaches being unaware is the biggest problem because not knowing if a kid has a concussion or a student or athlete has a concussion is a big issue because you don't know how to deal with that because you don't know how they're feeling. That takes me to the next point, which is the gap in communication between coaches and players as well as athletic trainers, because no player wants to come out of the game, as well as coaches, if it's one of their better players, might be a little more biased to push them back into the game and try to win. Players withholding information go hand in hand with the gap in communication. Again, players don't want to come out, and some parents are a little more pushy than others and will encourage their player to, or child, I guess, to keep playing whether they feel good or not. Big cause of this would be that coaches don't have to take a mandatory concussion seminar. I know in Canada, where I'm from, it's not mandatory, and it should be, I feel, but that's a different issue. So coaches not knowing about concussions is a big issue because you don't know what to look for, you don't know how a player reacts. Sometimes concussions get worse as the game goes on. As well as players are not taught to hit from a young age, they're not taught the proper technique. You see a lot in the NHL, guys finish high, hits to the head. Kids watch a lot of TV, see that on hockey games or wherever they're watching hockey, and they think that's the right thing to do. Another cause of the problem, not such a big problem, would be that there's no trainers on the bench in minor hockey. Until you get to more the junior aged, higher caliber hockey is when you start to have trainers on your bench. You need to have a trainer on your bench because they know everything that they have to know about concussions, how to deal with them, the protocol, the symptoms, the signs, and everything like that. There's a few solutions to this problem. They may not solve it immediately, but down the road I think these are good issues. First, coaches take seminars. That would solve the problem of coaches not being aware of concussions and the symptoms. It doesn't have to be a long seminar. It could be online, where a coach reads the symptoms, takes a few multiple choice questions, learns a little bit about concussions, and just that much more aware. Having mandatory athletic trainers on the bench cuts down on the role of the coach trying to judge a concussion. they're trained to do their job specifically for their sport and the issues around it. Also, parents staying out of the dressing rooms. Parents are a big factor today in their kids' sports lives. And having a parent in the dressing room yipping at their kid that they're okay and they need to get back out there, the kid is going to say he's fine and he's not, and that can lead to even more serious injuries or even death in some cases. So even though concussions are a big issue, there is lots of steps being taken in Hockey Canada, and I'm sure hockey in the States too, towards the knowledge around concussions and how to deal with them. Even though players, there's always going to be concussions, they are taking equipment measures to solve the problem. They're teaching kids how to hit from an earlier age. They're even taking body contact out of hockey at a younger age. And I think down the road, you're going to see less and less concussions because of the fact that technology is changing and people are becoming more aware of the brain and what a big role it plays in not just your own life, but everything you do later in life as well. And that's linked from concussions. It's been linked to suicide in many hockey players and many fighters. So down the road, I think the biggest way to solve the problem is just knowledge. So thank you for coming to watch my speech, and have a good day.